Good morning. I like to talk about heroes and serial killers. So, anyhow, I'm working down at EMS at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and I was working as a paramedic. And at AMS, I worked at Atlanta Motor Speedway for a long time. And at AMS, when they have special events going on, it doesn't matter. You have to have a fire truck and you have to have EMS personnel. So that day, I'm working with an old feller. At the time, his name's Larry, and I'm working with another guy named Joe. Everybody's experienced out the wazoo. Everybody that's on scene, except I'm the only paramedic, which, but I got some experienced EMTs. And Larry Brett, he's one experienced EMT. He was a battalion chief from East Point, Georgia, and this is a hero part. He jumped on a airplane and went to Vietnam and fought for our freedoms to do what I'm doing right now. And then he jumped off a plane back in America and became a firefighter for the city of East Point. Worked his way up. Larry wasn't a big man of stature, but he led men. So I met Larry on a fire scene. I mentioned earlier that EMS and fire in Atlanta metro area is separated by a couple of snakes, and that's the catusas on the EMS symbol. And firefighters, they drag hoses and they help us. So anyhow, I seen Larry Britt as battalion chief, and he didn't take no shit. At the Kmart fire, Kmart was on fire, and the blue lights are banging out the walls. That place was the biggest fire I ever seen, and he's smoking a cigarette. Anyhow, so fast forward, we're at AMS, and so Garth Brooks decides to make a video, Working Hard for a Living, which is Huey Lewis's song from back in the day. And so this is serial killer part. Anyhow, so it's real hot early in the morning, and so their big idea was to put Huey Lewis and Garth Brooks on a start-finish line and have race cars, Richard Petty's driving experience, come around the track and do a split between, they call them the talent, do a split of the talent going about 120 miles an hour. And I looked at Larry and I said, I don't know whose idea this was, but this might be get a little hairy. And Larry, he's country as country ought to be. He said, yeah, sure is. But anyhow, they did first lap. I swear to goodness, it's a Saturday morning and it's 115 degrees, and they do a lap around the track, and here they're coming around turn 4. If anybody knows anything about Atlanta Motor Speedway, turn 4 is your death trap. And they go in 3 wide, and I swear they're going about 150 miles an hour. And, excuse me, and they get about 150 feet from the talent, and they get loose in the middle, and they do a 360. Excuse me, in front of the talent, and they about killed him. Just about killed him. It scared the shit out of everybody. Now, and so Huey Lewis made a beeline. I'm sorry, Huey. That's all the thing I seen you do, bro. He made a beeline towards his camper. I'm sure he had a shit on himself. And Garth Brooks made a beeline to us. It was me and Joe. He was a captain of Atlanta Fire. Mark was a chief, Atlanta Fire, and Larry, and me. And Garth Brooks, the serial killer, he's not a serial killer, but that's what they say, made a beeline to us, and he said, I might have to get to know the fellas that saved my life today. Oh, you might. Man, it was hot, and we all about shit, but, he ended up being a really nice guy, and we didn't have any accidents that day. And he was really nice, and he shook all of our hands, and he bought us Chick-fil-A. Now, if you're from Atlanta, which I am, Chick-fil-A's headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia, and he bought it just for us. But anyhow, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But a lot of people say, you full of shit. No. That's me on the far right. And this is a closer up looker, and I'm on the far right in front of the fire truck. If you can see that, if you can't, I'll try. But anyhow, thanks for watching.